how deep, how ingrained the notion of excellence in leadership is in today's society. Excellence is not cheap. Germany is a very expensive country in terms of running a company, of manufacturing in the country, but it happens to be one of the most competitive countries in the world. How come?
Geopolitical risk, geopolitical change is back on the agenda to an extent that we haven't seen since 1990.
The fact that the United States is no longer the absolute guarantor of international order that can be disconcerting for businesses.
We've had what we call a deep peace, whereby we have sort of assumed that open market economy, rule of law, this is the model for the rest of the world, that it will expand, everybody will adapt to that. That is not happening.
Data security is a big topic. I think per month we have 1 million attempt attacks into our system.
Every generation gets alarmed by the disorder that it sees around. One has to remember that, in a way, instability is the natural condition of human society.
When you are dealing with complex systems, the best that you can think of is to be prepared ex ante, and the real danger is not to make the transition on time. One element of this transition would be moving from these very low rates that we are having now to a more normal rates. If you need low rates for long, probably you are dealing with structural issues, and low rates is not the answer for structural issues.
Data is probably the most widely available resource any government and enterprise can tap into it.
We can put a chip that is almost becoming a computer to anything that is 5 millimeters or more. I mean, this pen, this is a computer.
What is the additive manufacturing process? It's a laser melting, layer by layer, of specific materials. It can not only melt the material, but it can also change the material.
The world has changed. So the question is, how do you do to master this wave? We're using different technologies, sharing economy, doing things differently, and our corporate world is still operating as it was 5, 10, 20 years ago.
I think that in digital transformation and in digital in general, the number one competency is picking the right people.
Not enough people are taking part in clinical trials, as simple as that.
Good entrepreneurs, in my experience, are good entrepreneurs regardless whether they're in a brick and mortar business, in a technology business, in whatever.
We're a technology company that is matching and connecting patients to clinical trials.
And I work in other companies, some of them very, very successful, but they didn't have the same kind of sense of mission that you have, with clinical trials, where you actually are saving lives.
I think we need a different corporate governance.
Trust is becoming the new currency.
Not all corporate scandals are due to the fact that the structure of corporate governance was not okay.
This is not so much about the rules. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Culture is what people do if nobody is watching.
The key element is what kind of people do you take on in your key management positions.
It's about trust and consistency. Consistency between what you think, what you say, and what you do. Not only talk the walk, but walk the talk.